consider success in your eyes?
Having business, putting money into businesses and seeing money coming back out.
Right, and helping people, basically helping the unemployment rate and the recidivism rate. If we can help people stop going to jail and giving them employment, that's success right there enough for me.
So it's not about, flossing like the latest things. It's more about, helping people and make sure your investment has something coming back out of it.
Right, that's helping the environment or the world more so than ourselves.
Right.
So what do you feel individually you contribute to the group?
Well, me, I feel I contribute energy, a different view. Like, I try to think outside a lot of things as far as the normal artist would or the normal African-American artist would. We try to think outside of that. Well, I do, at least, for sure. And I got a good ear for music, like beats in general, instrumentals, I think.
And I myself, just basically, like a chameleon. I just blend into whatever's going on with our music.
Right, and he's very, lyrical, so, he provides a lot of energy for, say, if he go first on the verse, if he rapping at the rah-rah, you got to be saying something good, you know what I mean? Or it's going to be a bust on the song, basically. Or we'll be like, well, he's a stronger rapper, we'll put him at the end of the song because he's going to be able to close it out better. Yeah, he's more, advanced in rapping than us, I feel.
Nice. And what about Tank, makes you, love him so much? I mean as family.
Oh, Tonka? Well, Tonka.
I'm sorry, Tonka. I apologize.
Well, he's the youngest. He's the youngest, so, he got that attitude about him. Ain't nobody better than us. We could do this, we could do that. Tonka bring, like I say, he got a lot of knowledge, business knowledge. So he bring a lot of that to the table. That's what you love about Tonka. He ain't gonna never give up. He don't care what nobody say about the music. He gonna keep it going.
Basically, it's built like a Tonka truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you see that? How do you see your music maturing since when you started?
How do we see the music maturing?
Yeah, I mean, when you first, started, rhyme until now, as a person and, musically, how do you feel that your music has changed over the years?
Well, like I say, our first mixtape, if you go back and listen to that, which is really pretty much the only album we've put out. We've put out different songs since then. We are part of another group that my dude got, what he formed called the Murder Squad. And, that music was just, a whole bunch of riff-raff and, gangster rap compared to our music where, we'd make, Trendsetter. It's a gangster song, but it's not a gangster song. It's, a gangster song, but it's, on the entertainment side. You know what I mean? So we've matured from where people not scared, oh man, they're talking crazy on the songs where they can relate to their everyday life. Even if they is talking gangster, I still want Bill Gates to be able to put my songs on and feel confident when he walk into the board meeting. I'm a trendsetter. I set trends. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's the way to be.
We don't want everybody looking at our music and be scared. When a 50 Cent go do a show, you think somebody gonna get shot. When we come through a show, we want everybody to have a party, pass their bottles, their blunts, have fun. We here.
Yeah, well, the 50 thing, there's quite a backstory, and a lot of it is prior to him, getting getting rich or, die trying, like his album said. Prior to that, he had a lot of, run-ins with people. whereas y'all are
Right.
trying to do the right thing so you don't have that.
Right, exactly. That's the maturity of it. When we first came in, people we didn't care. Now we we care. We want to see people have fun. Like, it's just getting sad out here, man. Getting real sad out here.
And as far as it getting bad, are you talking about, as far as, the economy, political? I mean, do you care to, speak a little on that, or is that out of the realm of what you care to talk about today?
Well, something like
go ahead, Rob.
Sending the wrong message in a song, I don't too much like the songs of the day like that, And with Scarface, OG rapper from Houston, he's coming out and he said he's tired of the rappers also sending bad messages to the kids. You can have fun with the music, but come on now.
Right, like, let's say for instance, like Future, he got that song out called "Young Nigga Move That Dope." Why would you encourage the people to move the dope? We understand that some people have to move dope, but back in the day, they were talking about moving dope and getting out of the dope game. Now they encourage you to stay in the dope game.
And what's funny is, T.I. actually had a song called, I believe it was Rubber Band Man. And, he was talking about, how hard it is and not to get involved in it and everything. And that doesn't get airtime, but something like a hit 'em up from, Tupac will get airtime all day.
He ain't gonna get no airtime for no positive message. If you notice, like, on the radio, there's no positive message. It's all about having sex, selling dope, and being nasty. That's it. There's nothing positive on the radio.
Money, power, and sex.
That's all it's about. And if you can't get, only way telling you to get power is through selling dope. They're not encouraging you to get power through getting a job.
Do you believe that, I don't like to say government. I'd rather say corporate or, of that term. Do you believe they could have a hand in that, in what the message is today?
I really have no clue, but when you look back there behind the scene of who's making all the money, you have no choice but to say so. If you ain't Cash Money, Young Money, or somebody of affiliation with them or MMG, they're not even getting radio play. So I would say somebody got a hand in it somewhere.
With that being said, do you believe, that things are about to change? I've said for the longest time, the minute they can find a way to put some kind of box in a car stereo, everything has changed. And I'm not talking about, satellite radio because of the overhead. I'm talking about actual, once these internet companies can figure out how to put a box in the car so everybody can listen, I just got a feeling everything's just going to go wide open and people are going to open their eyes and they're going to be like, nah, we're not accepting this no more.
I don't think people going to change because they're so, when you look at the people, like if they was going to change, indie artists would already be getting a chance. Most people don't want to hear your music if it ain't on iTunes or BET or you ain't got that major record label stamp behind you. That's why a lot of people get overlooked. So people, even so, if they put the box in the cars, I think people will still be streaming like YouTube mainstream artists' songs, more so than internet radio. Only the true hip-hop fans and your true people that come to your station going to stream you. You know what I mean? It's going to be real hard. It might take time. It can happen, but it's going to be real hard. It's going to be a fight.
Yep, I agree.
And
because the music industry is going to lose so much money from that shit, it's going to be crazy.
And what steps do you think people in general would have to take in order to get the real hip hop back, or the real message back?
Man, right. And you're right. Because another thing I noticed too is people. they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm tired of hearing this trash on the radio," but it's a hypnotism thing, so they gonna have to just stop listening to the bullshit and accepting real music. But it's just like you were saying, like some people will bring you some music and you be like, "Man, did you listen to this before you gave it to somebody?" Because I have people bring me music all the time trying to get with us or whatever, and I'd be like, "Man, I can't do nothing with this music. It just sounds so crazy." So it's like artists too. We got to start putting time into our craft. We can't just be putting anything out here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly. You know, that's what, you know, about and everything. The whole thing about it is what I'm receiving is I got 250 cent 50 M&Ms. I mean, it's just the same. It's not only the, you know, style as far as the artist, but the music that accompanies is the exact same as what that artist would put out. It's like, okay, hello, how would you like me to feature this? To say that, okay, I wanted a bunch of copycats? I mean, doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, a lot of them follow what's going on instead of sitting there on trend. They do.
Even the producers. I was online today listening to a beat, and it was said, "Move that dope." It wasn't exactly like that Future beat, but I could hear the beat in the beat. So I'm like, what the heck? Why would you do this? And people was getting away with that, even in the industry. You would hear the same beat being remade 4 times on 4 people's songs, like Rihanna did with that Throw It Up, Throw It Up. That's the same as that Bands That Make Her Dance beat. So it's like, what's going on in the world now, man?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't, you know, really, you know, a hip hop group in any way, shape, or form. But the band, you know, 311 originally, you know, had a song that said "Come Original," and it just seems like the whole originality is like people are so thrived in what they're listening to, or the few artists they're listening to, that they're trying to hone their craft right after them artists rather than be themselves or come up with their own unique style.
Exactly. Even the mainstream artists are still in the old artists' lyrics and shit, and it's crazy, man. Real crazy in that game, in the music game.
So, with, you know, hip hop being the way it is and rap being the way it is, what can we look forward to in another, you know, 10 years? I mean, it's going to take a lot of, you know, groups like y'all, you know, actually, you know, to change people's minds of what they're used to.
I mean, yeah. So like we were saying, like with our label, the companies and stuff like that we got going or whatever, like Ra son, his little son has a group that's actually coming out. Like we're trying to find other artists that's kind of like us and see where they gonna go with their craft too. With this, while we still working on ours,
and
it's real hard, man.
And it sounds like Ra over there has got a bit of a cold. I do apologize.
Bronchitis. Little cute bronchitis.
All right. So basically you're saying that, you know, you got your circle and you're inviting other, you know, talented individuals to join your circle and enjoy, you know, the cause that you're, you know, bringing out, which for those that never heard your music before, other than, you know, on this show, what is that cause that you're trying to bring out to people?
Like we said, we trying to portray a positive message. Like, okay, we might be rappers and we rap about everyday life, but in the meanwhile, behind the scenes, it's more than music. It's more than entertainment.
All right, and do you have any, you know, final words or anything that you'd like, you know, the audience to know that you'd like to touch on real quick?
Yeah, get that full throttle.